What is good, boys? Welcome back to another video. So as you've seen in the thumbnail, this video is going to be about the inventory glitch patch that just went out roughly about 1 hour ago. They put on their Twitter that we have just released a new patch that addresses the bug that has been causing the inventories of certain players to be wiped. I'm sure you're all aware that lately, if you play a multiplayer, there is a pretty high chance that if you disconnect, that you could be hit with the bug that wipes your entire inventory of your character, or there's even some people that have said their entire character has been deleted. So of course this patch is absolute huge news for us, because it means in the future going forward this should never happen, and they're also gonna give us details about the restoration process on how we're gonna get our inventories restored if you have been affected. And then there's another post that says, if your inventory has been impacted, please note that our efforts to restore your items are a separate process from today's released patch. Restoring the inventory of affected players is still amongst our highest priorities, and we will have news on this very soon. So unfortunately guys, that means if you have been affected by the inventory wipe, you're actually not going to get your items back today, but possibly at a later date, hopefully next week. They go on to say, while we are confident that the patch will prevent inventory wipes in the future, we do want to use the weekend to continue monitoring the situation and ensure that no more players are encountering any related issues before we move on to the restoration process. So this entire weekend, they're going to just monitor what happens, make sure the patch is actually fixing what it's supposed to fix, and that no one else is getting the inventory wiped and the bug is completely gone from the game. Which I completely agree with, honestly. I don't think the restoration process should take place unless the bug has been fixed. Because what you don't want to happen is you get all your items back, and then the next day you join your friend, and it happens all over again. And then the last post they put on Twitter says, as soon as we are satisfied by the patch's effectiveness, we will share extra details, including timelines of our upcoming inventory restoration process. And if you've been looking at their Twitter or anywhere on Reddit, you'll see that they've basically said they want to do the restoration process for every single person in the game at the same time. Now, getting into the patch notes that they posted on Reddit earlier, it says, hello everyone, we just released a patch on Steam, Epic, Xbox and PlayStation platforms that addresses the bug that has, since the previous update, been causing the inventories of certain players to be wiped. If your inventory has been impacted, please note that our efforts to restore your items are a separate process from today's release patch. Restoring the inventory of affected players is still our highest priority, while today's patch is intended to prevent the issue from continuing to occur. The restoration process is run via our server database and does not require a patch to be implemented. We will have news on this very soon. So that is of course great news for everyone that hasn't been affected, because it means we're completely safe, or should be completely safe, from getting any inventory wipe occur. But if you have been hit by the inventory wipe already, unfortunately your characters are still basically going to be unplayable until you get all your items back. And then they go on to stay important. With this new patch, some players may occasionally encounter multiplayer connectivity issues, followed by inventory items being momentarily invisible. This is a known and only temporary behavior that is part of our 3-step inventory safeguarding measures. Restarting your game or waiting a few minutes and then restarting your game should make your items appear again. We aim to address the occurrence of these edge cases in a future patch. If you do encounter a wipe that occurs after installing the patch and is not resolved following a game restart, please immediately report this in the edge case subthread. Now, a link to that thread, guys, is going to be in the description down below. It continues, while we are confident that the patch will prevent inventory wipes in the future, we do want to use the weekend to continue monitoring the situation and ensure that no more players are encountering any related issues before we move on to the restoration process. As soon as we are satisfied by the patch's effectiveness, we will share extra details, including timelines of our upcoming inventory restoration process. While our teams have mainly focused on preventing any further inventory wipes, we have also continued to look at ways of improving our restoration process. We'll update you with these final details as soon as we have tested it and confirmed what is possible. So judging by that last statement just there, they've mentioned in previous statements that you will get your items back in the restoration process, but they might not have the same stats or the same roles as what you had before. So judging by that, to me it reads as if they found something that could possibly restore your items back exactly the same way that they were before you lost them, which is obviously a huge win. And then it finishes up by saying, for any affected characters currently encountering a couldn't connect to server, these characters will have their inventories returned and they will become fully playable again as soon as our restoration process has completed. So again, you know, to further on what I said, basically if you're getting that, you pretty much can't play your character until probably next week, which is super unfortunate. But that'll be the end of the video, guys. So as always, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you drop a like. And thank you so much for getting us to over 1,000 subscribers. That's absolutely crazy, absolutely huge. And yeah, it's much love. You know, I appreciate all of you. And I can't believe it, to be honest with you guys. You guys have been absolutely killing it. Just so you know, if you're still here, you're still watching, we do have a Discord server now. The link is in the description. And there's also a little tab on the top of my banner on YouTube that you can click, and that'll also take you to our Discord. So jump in there. We've got a load of stuff about Outriders. There's LFG areas. There's also, you know, a chat area. You can post your builds. There's memes. There's self-promo. There's giveaways, you know, all that kind of good stuff. So definitely come and check that out. Come chat with us. Come join the community. And let's just have a good time. As always, it's been Rinks Plays. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. We will share extra details, including timelines of our upcoming inventory.